changed since he married Meg. Harry accused of calling French bartender a frog. Staff go on strike. What's to blame is that Meghan even further provoked Harry's bullying behaviour after the two were married. A total of more than 20 senior staff, from royal duties to charitable foundation companies or those who stood with Meg to open Archewell, have resigned due to labour exploitation and lack of respect for the Duchess. It's a no-win scenario for BP. If Meghan was found to be a bully to staff for her entire time with the family and the staff reported and Meghan's behaviour didn't change, then BP is guilty of enabling her behaviour. I used to work in entertainment media. Basically, I just did updates. This celeb is getting married, divorced, or been cast in a new movie, etc. And while I no longer work in that field, I do have colleagues who on occasion tell me gossip. I was told years ago that there are tapes of Harry high as a kite making vile R-word comments. On one video, he's saying the N-word, and in another, he's speaking about hooking up with girls and commented about not being attracted to women with dark skin. He was only attracted to black women who had a lighter skin tone, looked Hispanic or Italian, etc., basically like Meghan. They needed to be white passing. The videos were apparently made by a former friend of Harry's. My former colleague claims the royal family and the wealthy aristocratic families of the guys in the video have paid millions to make sure these tapes never see the light of day. I spoke to my former colleague earlier today, and she's convinced the royal family will continue to protect him and make sure that the tapes don't leak. She said they won't want the headlines questioning Charles's parenting, claiming the rest of the family, including Charles and William, must also be an R-word. Not to mention the headlines about the royal family paying to keep the videos a secret. I have a feeling that Harry feels almost untouchable, because he knows if his secrets leak, it will also make Charles look bad for cleaning up his mess. He knows that they'll continue to protect him. He asserted that a party girl in her mid-20s was the individual with whom Harry had his first sexual experience in a meadow behind the pub. Frank Quartet owned the Rattlebone Inn close to King Charles III's Highgrove residence in Gloucestershire, while Princes Harry and Prince William were still young, and they often had some wild drinking parties there with their friends. Frank infamously barred Harry from the tavern when he was 16, after the intoxicated young royal raised his voice when he was refused drinks, and was reported to have referred to Frank as a bullfrog. With that being said, Frank had a lot to say about the matter. Harry was never short of female admirers, even though he was just a boy. Fans on social media were not surprised by the revelations. This was on the basis that Harry was bound to command a lot of attention by virtue of the fact that he was a young prince. So, he's not a stranger to slurs and derogatory language. He learned it from some of the rich pricks at school that he hung around with. He didn't just refer to the bartender, he told the bartender he was a frog.